Roderick Joseph, also known as Gallo of Pedmotar, St. David, died on Sunday 26th June 2022 at the age of 33. Left to mourn are his mother Margaret Joseph, father Roger George, sisters Katisha Joseph and Kamisha Joseph, brothers Marcus Joseph, Andrew Woodruff and Roran Nelson, close brother Marlon Gilbert in Canada, close companion Arlena Gill, stepdaughter Jolene Gill, also known as Sophie, aunts Jenny George and Joy Joseph, uncles Alan, Carly and Emile Cador, cousins Javid, Neron, Delron, Daviel in England, and many others, grandparents Phyllis and Carlton Cador, nephew Michael Redhead, brother-in-law Leroy Antwine, other relatives and friends including Latoya Gilbert in Canada, the boys on the block at Pedmotar, and close friends of St. Paul's, La Femme, Mount Gazo, the Strawn family of Windsor Forest, Lamode and its surrounding areas, and other relatives and family in Trinidad, Canada, and the United States of America. The funeral of the late Roderick Joseph, also known as Gallo, of Pedmotar, St. David, will take place on Monday, July 18th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Prayer, St. Paul's, and entombment will be at the Family Cemetery, Pedmotar. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Frankie Michael Panchu, also known as Gower, of Mirabeau, St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 1st July 2022 at the age of 55. He was the father of Octavia Thomas, stepfather of Shamar Thomas, close friend of Caroline Thomas, also known as Girlie, brother of Millicent Panchu Mudu, Rebecca Panchu Joseph, also known as Cece, Roland Panchu and Cassandra John, all in the USA, Richard Panchu, also known as Pi E, Lloyd Panchu, also known as Mr. X, Lloyd Rispanchu Primus, Inspector Derek Panchu, also known as Rapet, Pauline Gilbert, Deslin and Devon Caliste, and Debbie Romaine Phillip, adopted brother of Jeffrey Walker, nephew of Carmen Sylvester, Ann Richardson, Gloria Jones, Zephyrin Panchu, Joseph Sunnyboy Williams, and Evans Douglas, uncle of many including Pastor Marlon Panchu, Kenny Mudu, Rhea Joseph, Kashida Julian, Keneal Primus, Denzel and Rondell Panchu, brother-in-law of Merlin Panchu, Teresa Santi Panchu, Lennox Joseph, Louise Panchu, Catherine Idis Julian, and Ezron Primus. Many other relatives and friends including Lisa Douglas, Irva Alexander, Jessane Bruno, Dennis Filbert, Michelle Mudu, Jean and Princess Thomas, Junior Williams, Phyllis and Leroy Alexander, Samantha Williams, employees of the Mirabeau Propagating Station, doctors and nurses of the Princess Alice Hospital, and friends and neighbors of Mirabeau, Sab, Bylands, Paradise, Upper St. John, Mount Rose, Tivoli, Grand Bacolet, and in the USA. The funeral service for the late Frankie Michael Panchu, also known as Gower, of Mirabeau, St. Andrew, will take place on Monday, July 18th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Mirabeau Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cicely Teresa Dykestel, née James of Laurelland, St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 29th June 2022 at the age of 82. She was the mother of Patrick C. James and Michael Desley James in Canada, grandmother of 12 in the USA, Canada, and Grenada, great-grandmother of 9 in Canada, Grenada, and the USA, sister of Marjorie James and Dennis Brazan in the USA, Merle and Lydia James in Canada, and Irma Braffett in Barbados, niece of Cyprian Leslie in the USA, sister-in-law of Hilary and Joan James, aunt of many in Canada, Barbados, Grenada, and the USA. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Francis and Gabriel families of Pedmotar, the Blackett family on the Rock Beaton, the Jacob family of Charlottesville, and the Leslie, Honoré, and Horsford families of Windsor Forest, and friends and neighbors of Laurelland and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Cicely Teresa Dykestel, née James, of Laurelland, St. David, will take place on Monday, July 18th at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel according to Roman Catholic rites, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Mary Clometta Hagley Batiste, also known as Auntie Clo, of Pomereux St. David, passed away on Wednesday, July 6, 2022, at the age of 89. She was the mother of Limerick Derek Hagley and Christopher Hagley, grandmother of Justin, Jared, Jordan, Cafe, Darius, Emrys, and Heaven Hagley, great-grandmother of Matteo Hagley, mother-in-law of Mela and Perlin Hagley, sister of Enid, Shirley, and Dudley Hagley, caregivers Donicia Daniel and Lakeisha Joseph. Many other relatives and friends including Doctors Subarao, Devon Francis, Deshonda Daniel and Erlin Thomas, Nurse Lorraine Moraine, Sisters of Charity, and friends and neighbours of Pomereux and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Mary Clometta Hagley Batiste, also known as Auntie Clo, of Pomereux St. David, will take place on Monday, July 18th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres Catholic Church, Crowshoe, St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Gordon Nichols, also known as Coco, of Twillery St. Andrew, who resided at Montparnasse St. George, passed away on Saturday, 2nd July 2022, at the age of 91. He was the husband of Anne Nichols, father of Cecilia, Marlene and Carol in the USA, Samuel and Maureen in Canada, Heidi in the UK, and Carmi in Grenada. Grandfather of 20, including Christiane, Crystal, Eric, Devaki, Ronelle, Ryan, Sabrina, Gerald, and Samikal. Great-grandfather of 9, brother of Victoria Chris Peters and Winston Nichols in Grenada, Florence in the UK, Dawson, Stella, Keith, Karen Shirley, Kenny and Peter in the USA, and Rodney in Trinidad. Brother-in-law of Joel Peters, Booby Lord, Frank Mahabir, Sati, Neela and Ann Nichols, Patrick and Alwyn Guillaume. Father-in-law of Cliff Wadali, Gerard Mark, Kenny Thomas, Rob Taylor, Davis Hostin, and Wayne Hood. Uncle of many. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Nichols and Guillaume family in the USA, the UK, Canada and Trinidad, Mrs. Yolande Bain Horsford, Marjorie Grip, and friends and neighbours of Munich, Tuileries, Post Royal, Union, Montparnasse and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Gordon Nichols, also known as Coco, of Tuileries St. Andrew, who resided at Montparnasse St. George, will take place on Tuesday, July 19th at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel according to Pentecostal rites, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ignatius Carlyle John, also known as Zaire, of La Follette, who resided at Sab St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, 22nd June 2022, at the age of 73. He was the father of Kathleen McSween, Alistair Panchu, Desmond Panchu, Kemlyn Panchu, Karen Panchu, Letitia and Nikisha John, brother of Teresa Hankey, Asbert, Dudley, Aaron, Philip and Denise John. Grandfather of many including Cameron, Kalisha, Kathy, Christelle, Richard, Naomi, Terancia, Lashona, Kyle and Renal. Great-grandfather of 3, son-in-law of Cynthia Panchu. Father-in-law of Richard McSween, Ricky Francis, Ronaldo McLeod, Jamie Panchu and Delon Phillip. Brother-in-law of many, including Christine John, Elfrida Panchu, Laslin Panchu, Cosilda Ramdeen, Franklin Panchu, Gustave Gilbert, and Margaret Latouche. Uncle of many, including Ashlyn Klein, Aphil Alexander, Neilon Hankey, and Ruth Lynn Babb. Many other relatives and close friends, including Mrs. Delma Thomas, Franklin Francis, Raymond Alexander, Leslie Cummings, the John family of Hermitage and Monthorn, the Hankey family of Grove and La Follette, and friends and neighbours of Sab and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Ignatius Carlyle John, also known as Zaire, of La Follette, who resided at Sab St. Andrew, will take place on Tuesday, 19th June at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Mirabeau Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Gracelyn Channa Lewis, of Loretto Grove Estate, St. John, who resided at Montparnasse St. George, an employee of Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, passed away on Friday, July 1st, 2022, at the age of 38. She was the daughter of Lauriston Lewis, also known as Snaky Boy, sister of Johnson St. Paul, Yvonne Hostin, and Laurie St. Paul in Grenada, and Jason Lewis in the United Kingdom, niece of Teacher Ron, Elvis, Elwin, Carly, Davis, Isaiah, William, Alison, Raymond, Neil, Joseph, Alice, Merle, Shirley Ann, Elva, and Gillian. Aunt of Caroni St. Paul, Uton and Lornell St. Paul, Ellen, Kashira, Rio, Selena, Christy, Jaden, Shemaiah, Maya, Aidan, and Elena. Sister-in-law of Mariah St. Paul, Crispin Hostin, Jody, and Andrea. Close and dear friend of Alroy. Many cousins including Chanel, Paula, Kelroy, Andy, Kerryman, Leroy, Nigel, Crispin, Selena, and Papa. Many other relatives and friends including the St. Paul and Lewis families of Grove Estate, Anne and Annette Welsh and family, Annabel Matthew and family, the Sabazan, Charles, and Samuel families, Christelle, Curleen, Owusu drummers, the Cumberbatch and MacPhail families of St. John, Jasmine Alexander, Tony Benjamin, the management and staff of Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, Merle Lessie, Carl and Patricia, Don Coutain, Kenneth and Vanessa, and friends and neighbours of Loretto, Grove Estate, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Gracelyn Channa Lewis of Loretto Grove Estate, St. John, who resided at Montparnasse St. George, will take place on Tuesday, July 19th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Peter's Catholic Church, Grove, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Beatrice Mary Marilyn Billy, also known as Marilyn Thomas of Grand Roy, St. John, passed away on Tuesday, 5th July 2022 at the age of 79. She was the mother of Cynthia in New York, Angela, Benedict, Catherine, Kelvin, Alvin, John, Johnny, and Ulrich Thomas. Grandmother of 30, great-grandmother of 49, sister of May Edwards, Whitney Thomas, Glenna and Referee Thomas, aunt of 31, close friend of Catherine Nelson, Sylvia Peters, and Barbara Peters in New York. Many other relatives and friends including Dennis Francois and family, Grace Murray, Sharon, Moses, Jerry, Joyce, John, Erlin, Miss Hamilton, the Billy family in Carriacou and Grenada, the Thomas family, Jennifer Roberts and family, Dr. Francis Martin, and neighbours and friends of Grand Roy, Marigot, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Beatrice Mary Marilyn Billy, also known as Marilyn Thomas of Grand Roy, St. John, will take place on Wednesday, July 20th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grand Roy RC Church, and interment will be at the family cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Edward Lord of Laborie St. George, who resided at Antwine Hill, Pedmotar, St. David, entered peacefully into rest on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022, at the age of 63. He was the husband of Merrill Batiste Lord, father of Kevon and Kevin, brother of Helen, Wilfred, David, Alan, Ned and Joseph in Grenada, Pearl in the United Kingdom, Jane in Canada, Phyllis and Ambrose in the USA, son-in-law of Veronica Batiste, brother-in-law of Gloria Lord, Glennis Antwine, Brenda Griffith, Jocelyn Batiste and Garnet Fraser in Grenada, Teresa McMeo in the USA, Carl Jervis in England, Michael Peters in Canada, Curlin Batiste and Conrad Batiste in Grenada. Uncle of 26 in Grenada, Canada, the United Kingdom and the USA, including Ralph, Stephanie, Nadia, Kevin, Wayne, Lenaro, Junior, Samantha, William, Beverly, and Shane. Other relatives and friends including the Elcock, McMeo, Harris, Hunt, Stewart, Telesford and Lord families, the Niles family of Darbo, Ambrose Philip and family, Alfred Logie and family, Louis William and family, Richard Duncan and family, Ruggles Ferguson and family, Louise Murray and family, Vashti Williams and family, Alex Phillip and family, Archdeacon Michael Marshall, Parish Priest Father Edward Mark and St. Paul's Anglican Church Congregation, the management and staff of Grenada Ports Authority and Najiku Insurances, group of graduates of the University of Camagüey, Cuba, staff of the IHS Dialysis Clinic, and friends and neighbours of Laborie and Pedmotar. The funeral of the late Edward Lord of Laborie St. George, who resided at Antwine Hill, Pedmotar, St. David, will take place on Wednesday, July 20th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Paul's Catholic Church according to Anglican rites, and entombment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyprian Paulinus Charles, also known as Sippo of Rucaine St. David, passed away on Tuesday, 28th June 2022, at the age of 86. He was the husband of Magdalene Charles, also known as Maudie, father of Finbar, Wendy, Janine, Talisha, and Candida, stepfather of Debbie Caliste, adopted father of Mervyn Regis, grandfather of Siobhan, Ishona, Kershim, Larona, Shavin, and Eileen, great-grandfather of Malik, uncle of Hugh, Michelle, Lydon, Lee, and Micah, granduncle of 5, brother-in-law of Berna, Joan, and Danette, father-in-law of Patsy Charles and Kethnel Labarry. Many other relatives and friends, including the Lambert family, Viona and family, Angela Alexis, Lawrence Murray and family, Alvin Mark and family, Cecil Charles, Suzanne Celestine, Earlys George, Claudia James and family, Maudlin Telesford and family, Annette, Angie, Tony, Merlin and family, Leona Thomas and family, Dunbar Gooding, Netta Collins, members of the SVP and parishioners of St. Joseph's RC and Church of the Immaculate Conception and St. Joseph, and friends and neighbours of Rucaine and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Cyprian Paulinus Charles of Rucaine St. David will take place on Thursday, 21st July at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Church of the Immaculate Conception and St. Joseph, St. David, and interment will be at the St. David's Catholic Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Mr. Rufus Noel of Lower Marley St. Patrick passed away on Saturday, 2nd July, at the age of 84. He survived by his wife, Mrs. Agnes Noel. Children: Alanthea, Lynn, Albert, Ezekiel, Steneth and their families, Ellen and Elma. Grandchildren: Joanna, Luke and Liana Banis. Brother: Vernon Noel. Son-in-law: Desmond Banis. Sisters-in-law: Iselin Mary Noel, Agnes Pascal and family, Avis Pascal, Teresa John and family, Florence Franklin and family. Brothers-in-law: Whitley Rayburn, Asbert and Dennis Gilbert and family. Many nieces, nephews, other relatives and friends in Canada, England, Grenada, Trinidad and the USA, including Cynthia and family, Sydney and family, Patrick and family, Emmanuel and family, Terry and family, Emma and family, Kimuli and family, Ranroy and family, Clinton family, Unison and family, Yvonne and family, Miriam, Michael, Joshua and Valista and family, Madeline David, friends and neighbors of Lower Marley and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Mr. Rufus Noel of Lower Marley St. Patrick will be held on Thursday, 21st July at 12 noon. The funeral service will be held at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Sater St. Patrick, and interment will be at the Marley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Joan Elizabeth Sylvester, also known as Mama and Tanty Joan, of Belle Plaine St. Paul St. George, passed away on Thursday, July 7th, 2022, at the age of 83. She was the mother of Teresa Gilbert, Winston, Simon, Catherine, Adela and Stephanie Sylvester, and Junior Fred Sylvester, Althea Sylvester, Selwyn Tao Sylvester, Jennifer Sylvester, Matthew Telesford, and Lyndon Sylvester. Grandmother of 41, great-grandmother of 34, sister of Victor Thomas James, also known as Bread, and Brenda McKee, aunt of many, mother-in-law of Catherine, Donna and Petra Sylvester, Nevlin Toussaint, Christiana Burns Clement, and Petra Fraser, sister-in-law of Kenneth and Valden McKee and Elizabeth Thomas, many other relatives and close friends including George Moraine, the Sylvester, Street, Mapp and Thomas families, Grace Stewart and family, Joyce Bailey and family, Frank James, Roxanne Charles, Ryan Charles, the Jilks family, Anne Lalian and family, Miss Vera Rouget, Veronica Cobb, the Telesford family, Mr. Arnold, Mr. Oliver Joseph, the doctors and nurses of the General Hospital, Good Hope Medical Center, and the pastor and members of the St. Paul's Seventh-day Adventist Church, and friends and neighbors of Belle Plaine and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Joan Elizabeth Sylvester, also known as Mama and Tanty Joan, of Belle Plaine St. Paul St. George, will take place on Thursday, July 21st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Prayer, St. Paul's, and interment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Kenneth John Sylvester of Windward Carriacou, who resides in Brooklyn, New York, passed away on Friday, 1st October 2021, at the age of 51. He was the husband of Lisa Sylvester, father of Tristan, Victory, also known as Vicky, Kira, and Cordell Sylvester, grandfather of Jaden Brown and Zalia Sylvester, brother of Nola, Erwin, Danlin, Bernard, Raphael, Daniel, Stephen, Stephanie, Catherine, Fitzroy, Malon, and Evelyn, son-in-law of Caroline George, Esther Patrice, and Cecil Charles, many nieces and nephews, other relatives and friends. A memorial service will be held on Friday, 22nd July 2022 at 3 p.m. at the family cemetery in Jampere, Carriacou, followed by interment of the ashes. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Protas Hyacinth John, also known as Roger, of Montrose St. Patrick, passed away on Monday, 4th July 2022 at the age of 79. He was the brother of George, Reuben, Monica, Mary, also known as Auntie, Prudentina, also known as Shuki, and Agnes, also known as Liz. Uncle of Citrina, Esther, Deanne, Monica, Anna, Maria, Renee, Michelle, Michael, Martin, Harvey, Edward, Mark, Rudolph, Ryan, and Selwyn. Caregiver Dexter Jeffrey. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends in the USA and Grenada, and friends and neighbors of Montrose and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Protas Hyacinth John, also known as Roger, of Montrose St. Patrick, will take place on Friday, 22nd July at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Sauters Roman Catholic Church, and interment will be at the Morley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Arnold Morris Bullen, also known as Ox of Laborie, who resided at Montgelou St. George, died on Tuesday, 12th July 2022 in the USA at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Arnold Morris Bullen, also known as Ox of Laborie, who resided at Montgelou St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Catherine Cador, also known as Catu, of Marigot St. John, passed away on Thursday, 7th July 2022, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Catherine Cador, also known as Catu, of Marigot St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Charmaine Diane Teresa Caliste Philip, also known as Tanti, Jews, and Tanti Diane, of Corinth St. David, passed away on Saturday 9th July 2022 at the age of 58. The funeral arrangements for the late Charmaine Diane Teresa Caliste Philip, also known as Tanti, Jews, and Tanti Diane of Corinth St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Keith Osmond St. Louis, also known as Jack and Opel, of Cross Street, Satires, who resided at Marley St. Patrick, passed away on Monday 4th July 2022 at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Keith Osmond St. Louis, also known as Jack and Opel, of Cross Street, Satires, who resided at Marley St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Antonia Simon, also known as Claudette, of Birchgrove St. Andrew, passed away on Saturday 9th July 2022 at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Antonia Simon, also known as Claudette, of Birchgrove St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Telly Teresa Braveboy of Bellevue St. David passed away on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Telly Teresa Braveboy of Bellevue St. David will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Letha Lewis, also known as Auntie Lee, of Chantamel St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday, 2nd July, at the age of 80. The funeral service of the late Letha Lewis, also known as Auntie Lee, of Chantamel St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Sherry Ann Elizabeth Samuel of La Femme St. David, who resided at Hermitage St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday, July 2nd, 2022, at the age of 49. The funeral arrangements for the late Sherry Ann Elizabeth Samuel of La Femme St. David, who resided at Hermitage St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Calvin John, also known as Irishan of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John, passed away on Thursday, June 30th, 2022, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Calvin John, also known as Irishan of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Kerry Andrew Thomas of Munich St. Andrew passed away on Sunday 26th June 2022 in the USA at the age of 43. The funeral arrangements for the late Kerry Andrew Thomas of Munich St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. David Hilary Xavier Forrester, also known as Dave of Birchgrove St. Andrew, who resided in Sanford, Florida, USA, passed away on Monday 27th June 2022 in the USA at the age of 48. The funeral arrangements for the late David Hilary Xavier Forrester, also known as Dave of Birchgrove St. Andrew, who resided in Sanford, Florida, USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Josephine Anastasia Joseph, also known as Gaga, and Auntie Finn of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Thursday, 30th June 2022 at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Josephine Anastasia Joseph, also known as Gaga, and Auntie Finn of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Aleth Tavernier, also known as Gloria Charles of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, passed away on Tuesday 28th June 2022 at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Aleth Tavernier, also known as Gloria Charles of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Von Lee Joseph, also known as Von Lee James of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, passed away on Monday 27th June 2022 at the age of 79. The funeral arrangements for the late Von Lee Joseph, also known as Von Lee James of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
In remembrance of Peter Anderson Caesar, a dedicated and beloved son, brother, uncle, nephew, and friend to many, passed away at the age of 50 on the 17th July 2020 in the United Kingdom and was entombed at the Mongelou Cemetery on the 6th November 2020. You will always be remembered of happy times of laughter. Rest in peace, our beloved Peter. From your dad, mom, brothers, sisters, nephews, niece, aunties, uncles in England, the USA, Canada, Grenada, Petit Martinique, and Trinidad and Tobago.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To Him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have seek. You realize in losing someone, none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust Him today? Why not allow Him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families. Give them strength. Enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, would never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May He overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.